What's up, guys? Welcome back. Gojo, maximum output blue from his fight with Toji. So I'm doing this from the manga because I think it's a better image. The one in the anime is kind of a bit like they've got like lots of effects on it. I tried to find a Genga of it, but I couldn't. Landscape page, pencil eraser, hit pause. If I go too fast, center point of my page is about here. And I'd say, yeah, his hand's like there. So the head will be like a bit higher than halfway. So probably head will be chin to head. We'll go right to the top. Right. So that's the center point, roughly halfway here, halfway there, center. So we'll come up a little bit, put the eye in here. And our boy Gojo has big old eyelashes. So let's give this a go. So we go up. We'll just do like a big curve first, because it's like an exaggerated eye. It's like they've done a fisheye lens thing. All right, so curves around like that. And then the bottom eyelid will just go around there. And they like to give, like on the bottom anyway, they like, I'll go back up and do the big eyelashes in a sec. But they like to give like some extra eyelashes like that. So then up here, we've got like large eyelashes sticking off, right? Like that, right? And then his eyebrow's quite high up, but we can see, right, we can see, yeah, he's like looking up at us. So the iris and pupil, circle there, pupil in the middle. And tear duct, maybe, question mark, maybe. Tear duct in there. Then we have eyelid line just on top. And his eyebrow should be like here somewhere. It's hard to see it because it's underneath his fringe, but I would imagine if we were putting it anywhere, it'd be here. So real thin on the end. Okay. So again, he just has like hair spikes coming across, right? So you can't really see much of the other eye. We can see his nose a little bit anyway. So we'll go curve it down and then around like that. And then we've got like a nostril, put it sort of here. And then his mouth, his mouth is like semi-open, so it goes. And it's like he's talking and smiling at the same time, so it like curves up there, right? And we'll just open it up a little bit. We'll just add a bottom lip, sort of here. Maybe you can see teeth in there, but they just do that with like a shadow, sort of on the inside, manga style. So they don't like draw the teeth, they just add like a dark shadow. It's like a negative space thing. And his bottom lip. Maybe some hatching underneath. So maybe like a bit of a nose line or something here as well. And some stuff around his eyes. So it's unusual that the eye is so big, but it's just the effect they do in the drawing. It's like it's zoomed into his face. And then his chin here curves around that way. His thumb covers his jaw, but we will draw it in just for the sake of getting everything in the right place. And then the side of the face curves out around his cheek and disappears underneath hair here. Okay. So his ear then, just up here, it's like high up. It's kind of like higher than his eyebrow even. Curves around this way and into where the jaw slightly would be. And then we can add some ear lines inside. Like so. Now, so all that hair, right? So you're just going to add like lots of hair spikes, basically, right? So say like first one, say here. Coming right down beside his ear. And then we'll just keep going all around, right? And you're going to cover his forehead and his eyes and everything. Not completely, but like a fair bit, right? So it's like lots and lots. Right, and we just sort of keep going with this. And of course, in the manga, he has like lots of texture. They don't do that in the anime. They just sort of add the bare minimum. Right, and it just keeps going all the way around. Starts to sort of spike up a bit more then. And eventually it will go off my page, like some will stick up that way, and then it comes back in the other side. Down behind his ear then. Right, and you can add as much texture and stuff to this as you'd like. Okay, so those hands, right? I guess that's what we got to do next, and then try and attach it up to his body. So this is like difficult because the hands are so big, right? So, and they're drawn in that Jujutsu Kaisen style. So he's got like one that comes across his jaw, right? I guess we'll start with that first. So say the top of this finger here, and they're real square. So it like comes down this way. Right, knuckles sort of here bumping. And it's quite big, right? It's bigger than his whole face, the hands. Well, they're about the same size maybe as the face. but they're real big. You just got to keep adding these. Okay, so, sorry, noise. So he draws a lot of like hatching and stuff to make them look a bit more like fingers. So the problem we have on this hand, right, is this one goes up. And these three like come towards us. But they're done like, they're made to look sort of fatter, okay? So curves around here, right? Then we keep going down. Right, and then the base of them that way, right? And then there's a knuckle here. So that's kind of tricky because this one's so long and this is about half the size of that one maybe. So the top of the fingernail is done this way, right? Right? So that sort of makes it look a bit more like a finger, I guess. So the fingernails kind of help it. Right, we got like 2 more knuckles here. Okay, and then each of these has like a foreshortened finger. So it's a real stumpy looking finger, right? So say like a curved line there and the pinky there. So you got to do these sort of bending sort of curved lines up to knuckles. Real sort of exaggerated sort of lines now. Right, another one here. Okay, you want them to get skinnier as they go back into here. And then we'll attempt to add fingernail. Again, getting skinnier, so that gives you like some perspective, which means like things that go further away get smaller. But when you do something like this, when you make it look a bit skinnier going back, it forces the illusion a bit. Tricks the eye, basically. And that is what you're doing with drawing. Oops. Smooth. Right, so then this one is a little bit skinnier. Right, so kind of like that. And then fingernail goes back. You know, and the artist in Jujutsu Kaisen is pretty, you can see he's pretty skilled. He can draw these things quite fast. You can even tell by the way he uses his line. Does he use a brush? It's kind of cool anyway. Like, it's not neat, and that might annoy some people, but it's grown on me the more I look at it, to be honest. I didn't like it at first, no offense. So the thumb then comes out here, and this thumb kind of just sticks out straight, but I might add some bumps to it just because I think it should have some. Right, and then comes around that way. I think that actually looks better than his. But again, he's drawing like full panels and doesn't have time to sit here and talk. Like, these guys are under immense pressure. So the palm of the hand then, like this W sort of double curve shape there. Then there'll be some lines under here, in there and stuff. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, that is enough, I think, for one hand. So he's doing like this Kamehameha sort of thing, like Goku, you know, in Dragon Ball. So the other hand is opposite, sort of the thumb going into the palm of the hand here. So say, for example, we do like the palm of the hand first. Right, and then this is that double bump that's in here. You know, it's kind of like 2 curved lines. overlapping. It's kind of like a letter Y, I guess. And then this comes up to his thumb, right? So you got a thumb knuckle, comes around. And then this like goes back to the back of the hand and then around his sleeve. So it goes like this way, I think. And then the next hand kind of starts, the next finger sort of starts here. And again, we have these stumpy sort of foreshortened fingers, right? Say like the fingernail would be here. So this is actually pretty difficult to draw now, so take your time. So the hand coming this way. So next finger. That way. Next one underneath. That way. Finally there. And then like fingernails on all this. So hands are sort of tricky things. Sometimes it can like work out and you don't really know how you did it, and other times it's just a disaster. So, you know, don't beat yourself up too much. I find hands difficult still, so working on it though. Getting better, I think. Even Renaissance artists charged extra for hands. Okay, best I can do for his hands. So it's like energy and stuff inside there. But we'll get his shoulders and stuff in first. And his shoulders, he's just like sort of black. So that might be difficult. Let's see. Because it's just all black in there. Is there an anime version that might... No. Darn it. Okay. Let's see. So... they just do this sort of black ink thing, right? So that doesn't help us because we need to be able to see lines. Right, okay, so like neck there, and it comes in behind his collar. I'm gonna like try this like my way. Right, neck muscle there. That's like his Adam's apple. So that means he has a collar going around his neck somewhere. There. Right. And this should have a closed off section, like a buttoned up section that kind of like has some like fold lines and stuff. And then kind of the back of the collar here. And then his shoulder will start to go off down this way. Okay, so we'll do our best now. Get this all. You should have like a forearm sort of foreshortened sort of forearm there. like a big line that way, and maybe like the base of his sleeve. It's not drawn in the manga, but we will draw it in like that. And then this goes down that way. So I know he does have a button somewhere, like here. And then the other side. So his shoulder, like they're quite high up, his shoulders. So we'll go like all the way. Right, I'm imagining there should be then another sleeve somewhere. Should be at the palm of his hand, maybe. So there's all this purple energy, blue energy. What way would that be? I'm going to guess now again. That makes sense. So all the clothing sort of just goes up that way. And his body just goes down from his knuckles here. And this is just all sort of folded in. All kind of foreshortened lines and stuff all in there. Okay, not bad for something that's like just sort of made up on the fly. Right, so blue energy in here if you want, right? So it's kind of like just starts in like between his thumb and stuff, and there's like all energy lines coming out. So I'm gonna put like a blob of energy or something, like the start of a blue thing here. Just add some lines like that, right? And then there's like all sort of stuff that goes out in a radial sort of pattern, right? So like kind of fire, and this will all be sort of glowing. So you're going around like kind of like a clock, you know, this sort of like the hands of a clock, you know. And it will all be sort of colored blue and stuff like that, right? So blue and black, I think, are the colors that they use. Okay, and of course you could keep building this up forever. You can add more and more debris, less, and then like some blue color. And like his clothing is mostly black in the anime. I might do it like the purpley blue color, but that's in the show. But that's it. Gojo. Maximum output blue. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.